Okay, so great. So here, please note that this demo will be suitable for grades for student who are in the grades 12, 11th and 12th as well. So adult demo learners will be from like starting from class 11th and so on. Okay, who have basic English proficiency. Now, what is the design principle of our demo? Do you remember anyone? What is the basic design principle of our demos that we have been learning all these days? How was the demo design? Any idea? Teacher's book, teacher's handbook, teacher's handbook. Okay. I will share, but I think you are already late in getting the teacher's handbook. I don't know. How will you be planning to give your demos? Your mocks. Introduction of expert, rapport building exercises, very good. Yes, with a smile, context setting, starting with games, introduction to PS skills, slot confirm. Okay, slot confirmation, not in the demo. I'm talking about the parts of the demo. Okay. Yes. So I'm talking about what is the design principle of a demo. You have seen a senior demo. You have also seen a junior demo. So let's think what is the design principle? What should be the design principle of the adult demo as well? Parents, so here in the adult demo, you won't find parents. Sorry. Introduction. Yes, introduction is basic. Yes. Context setting and introduction to PS skills. Okay, smile. Okay, great. No worries. I'm going to tell you the basic design principle of what a demo is. Okay. So in a demo, the basic design principle that we at Planet Spark follow is three. First, it is activity based. The learning is activity based. Second, it is age appropriate. For the juniors, we have a junior PPT. For the seniors, we have a senior PPT. For the adults, we have the adult PPT, right? So it's age appropriate. And third, it is practice focused. It focuses on practicing the skills. Okay. Now, I'm going to again ask you to look out for these principles in the adult demo again. Okay. So again, we will be back to our videos. I'm going to show all the videos of adult demo. I'm just trying to give an overview of what we are going to do here. There are some teachers who are still joining. So now it is already 3:40. So I'm going to start now. It's already late. Great. So we'll start with our norms. Please keep your videos on, be on time, participate actively, and be open to learning. And keep taking notes as and when required. Okay, great. So today we are going to witness a grown-up demo and the second one, that is presentation skills, right? I already gave an idea of what kind of adult learners do we have and for what reason they come to PS and how we have divided the adult demo session into, right? There are teachers who are joining now as well. Now, just like a senior demo, in the adult demo also we have 5 different sections. Can you see all the 5 different sections on your screen? Yes? Okay, great. So now in these 5 different sections, what things do you find similar? What things do you find similar? Yes. Please provide the slides to us. Which slide? All the slides are provided in your LMS. 1, 2, and 5. Okay. Context setting. Introduction to PS skills seems to be similar. And the 5th one is the final showcase. Very similar. Yes. Okay. So the only difference you see here is the third one, that is the Unlock Homes game. And the fourth one is creating presentation. These are the two different things which we find, it's a little different from the senior demo. In the senior demo, it was a speech. Okay, great. There are teachers joining now. I don't want them to miss out. Which LMS, Shayantini, is this your first day of training? LMS means dashboard, the dashboard that has been given to you from where you have joined this session. No, today's session was given on the WhatsApp. Yes, this is an optional one. Oh, this is the first day you're joining. Okay. For class 11th or 12th grade students also whose parents might have registered. See, for 11th and 12th, you can see whether the parents are interested to join or not. You can ask, obviously, because you know that the financial decision would be taken by the parents. So for 11th and 12th students, even for graduation students, you can just check if the parents are interested to sit through. Wonderful. And if not, then you can say that it is okay, but I would like to have a conversation with you at the end of the session. So it would be great if you can join us in the last 15 minutes of the session. You already know, na? In the demo session, we have, oh God, 1 second. In the demo session, first 40 to 45 minutes we spend with the learner, isn't it? Whether it is senior or junior. And the last 15 to 20 minutes we spend with the parent, correct? So a parent basically here means somebody who is going to take the financial decision, who is going to take the decision for the child. Now here in 11th and 12th standard student, you have to apply a little bit of your judgment. And there you have to see that whether 11th, 12th student, grade student would be able to understand all these curriculum and how to go about, I'm going to give a diagnostic report. Those things I think you should be discussing with the parent. For the adults, those who are in the corporates and homemakers who come to us for these kind of demos, for them, I think you can go ahead without the parent. But I think for the 11th and 12th grade students, you might need the parents. At least one parent you can try, right? Okay, great. So here it is not mandatory to have the parents. Okay. Manish, yes, design is age appropriate, activity based, and practice focused. Design principle of demos that we have is age appropriate, activity based, and practice focused. If they don't come in the last 15 to 20 minutes, then you have to set that from before. You have to set it from before, just as you do in the senior demo, right? So you have to set that expectation from beforehand, and you have to tell them that the last 15 minutes of the session, I would need you because I need to discuss the feedback of the child. And also I have to talk to you about the curriculum and what we are going to do at Planet Spark. So I might require your presence. At least one of you should be there. I have taken 11, 12 demos. I have seen the fathers are very interested. Some of the mothers are very interested. They come to the demo, they talk about the curriculum. In fact, they are very interested. Some of the parents, they come to us and they say, oh, this is a good thing. Probably even I can go ahead and have such kinds of sessions. So you might find such kind of parents as well. And in case if the child is smart enough, he can take the decisions and he can say that I'll convey these things to my parents, then probably you can go ahead. But for 11th and 12th students, I would again reiterate the importance of the parents. So please make sure that at least one parent you can request. Great. So shall we start now? I think all have entered the room. So we shall start with the context setting. We should not delay, right? Great. So this is the first video. This is the context setting part. Let's start.
Hello. Hi, Priyas. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ishita. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Is it audible to all of you? Okay.
Thank you. I think we'd spoken on phone also earlier, right? Like, I'm so glad that you could take out time for the session
Yeah,
today.
sure.
So Priyas, I see you have joined from your phone. So before we begin, can I please request you to actually join from a laptop device?
Actually, my brother is using my laptop, so I don't have a laptop. We have only one laptop at home,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll be able to join with mobile.
Got it. Is your brother attending any meeting or call from your laptop?
I'll have to check, but I don't think he'll be giving me laptop anytime soon.
Oh, okay. Would it be okay if you can just go and check? Actually, it would be so much better if we do the class on the laptop, because there would be a lot of slides that I would be showing you, and you'll have to read these slides aloud. We will be sort of preparing for a presentation, so there would be a lot of work involved. And overall, also, like all our classes would also be on a laptop, so you'll be able to experience it better. So don't worry, I'm waiting only. Maybe you can just go and check that whether your brother would be able to give you laptop right now or not. So yeah.
I'll just go and check, but I'm sure he won't give it right away. It will
Okay.
take some time.
Oh,
I'll still
that's
go and check with him once.
sure. And don't worry, if we need to reschedule, we can reschedule also. Do not worry. But I would definitely want you to join from a laptop. Don't worry. Go
Okay.
take a minute. Go and check. And like I'll wait for you. Don't worry.
Sure. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're back.
Hi, Ishta.
Yes. Hi, Priyas.
Yes. So sorry, but the fact is I checked with my brother. He's not on the call or something, but the
Okay.
battery of the laptop is so dead, and I
Okay.
don't have charging near me anyway. It's okay with phone. I am fine with the phone. Let's do it on the call itself.
Okay. So it's okay. You can also move to some other place. See, like again, I'll share that why am I asking? I know you would be like, why is Ishita asking you again and again to join from a laptop? But it would be just a better experience for you. And whenever we are going to check for any service or a product, you always want to see and get the best experience of the same, right? So I do not want that like due to just from being from a phone that our experience should be hampered in any way. So if you could just like go to the other room where there is a charging point, do not worry, I'll wait for you. You can take easily 2 to 3 minutes, set up for yourself. I'm here only. Yeah.
Okay, let me sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's okay. You can drop off from your phone and then join again.
Got it. Sure.
Thank you. All right. Priyas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there just making.
Oh, okay. I could just see the virtual background. That's why. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. I know it might have been a bit of trouble, but I'm sure I can promise you that you would have a great experience also now. You'll be able to make the most of this session. Yeah. It just helps to be on the bigger screen. I can also see you properly. You'll be able to see the slides properly and read out properly. So yeah, great.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so allow me to start sharing my screen. Are we all set up? All good? Have you connected your laptop with a charger?
Yes, I have arranged somewhere.
Okay, amazing. Thank you. Great. Okay. So yeah, so this was something that we have already done. That we always want our learners to join from laptop because the demo's experience is best. The experience is best from a laptop device. And yeah, I hope that you have a quiet environment around you, less no distraction, so that you can focus completely.
Yeah.
So this was the first part. What did you see here? And
That we always
how did she do it? So let's write down in the chat section, what did the teacher do? What was happening here? And how did she do it?
want.
So this was actually the first part where she set expectations for the laptop and quiet environment. And how did she frame her instructions and how did she convince the learner to join from a laptop? Respectfully persuading. Okay, persuasion. Is persuasion enough? Adjusting and emphasizing a laptop requirement. Okay. So did she just say that I need a laptop? I need you to join from the laptop? Apart from that, assertive and suggestive. Also giving an alternative for reschedule. Very good, Anushka. Mm. Telling him about the importance of laptop. It's exactly, this is what I wanted to hear. Yes, exactly. You need to tell them why we need them to join from a laptop. And if you don't justify why you want them, why are you being assertive about a laptop to be present, I'm sure it won't be convincing enough, right? So whenever you want to persuade someone, whenever you want to convince someone about something, you need to justify your reasons, right? Okay, great. Absolutely. Subtly asked the student to join from a laptop and waited calmly to arrange the laptop, gave an option to reschedule. Telling him the importance of laptop, asked him respectfully to log in through laptop. Absolutely. Great. Telling him importance. Babita, I read your issue in the chat. We will discuss it at the end. Telling him importance of laptop, ask him respectfully to log in through laptop. Okay, great. So always whenever you ask, Babita, we can have a chat later on, a little later after we complete the videos. Okay. Is it very urgent? Please unmute.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask one thing. Today I am preparing the video assignment. That time I'm not able to record that video because voice is not there.
I think, have you allowed the camera and the microphone from your
Everything is
browser?
okay from my side.
Okay.
I
So
wasted 2 hours today. I discussed with Palak also, HR manager, I think so. And then she said in 3:30 meeting you can ask how I
she
attend video assignments.
3:30 meeting she said, or 5 p.m. meeting she said? 5:30. The query
I could
session.
see links.
She must have said the query session, not the adult demo session, because this is
Okay.
not related to the adult demo, no? Okay,
So
I can
5:30.
understand. It must be very frustrating for you, but you can chat with the support team also. And in case if that doesn't work, you can join the 5:30 p.m. session, the query session, and you can ask there also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Because
you very
yeah,
much.
this is a technical problem. I really don't know about it.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
great. So let's move on to the next segment. So I just asked you this question and you wrote the answer. So what did the teacher do when the learner kept on saying that he cannot join from laptop? I'll quickly show you the answer. Explain the purpose for better experience, visibility of slides. These are the reasons why we need a laptop. And give options to the learner for doing it at some other time if the laptop is not at all available. And she also gave time to the learner by reiterating the fact that, okay, it's okay, no worries, you can take your time. I'm here. Great. So this was the first part of your context setting. Second, as usual, we do the drill. You know it. We welcome the student to the class. We'll welcome the learner to the class. We introduce ourselves. We take their introduction. And introduction is important because we get to know each other, right? And then we set the agenda, share the norms of the class, and create an excitement that what exactly we are going to do in the session. Okay, so let's watch.
Sharing my screen. Are we all set up? All good? Charge.
Yep.
Have you connected your laptop with the charger?
Yes, I have like arranged somewhere.
Okay, amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Okay. So yes, so this was something that we have already done. That we always want our learners to join from laptop because the demo's experience is best. The experience is best from a laptop device. And yeah, I hope that you have a quiet environment around you, less no distraction, so that you can focus completely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yes, so welcome Priyas. Welcome officially to your first Planet Spark class about delivering a stellar presentation. Okay, so Priyas, what do you think a stellar presentation means?
I have no idea.
Okay. What do you think the word presentation is about? Like, have you heard about presentations or given any presentations in the past?
I have given presentations. I know about presentations.
Mhm.
Whenever you are willing to deliver an idea to someone in a much more graphical sense, or some in a sense that everyone can understand easily, that is something that is a presentation.
Perfect, perfect. Absolutely correct, Priyas. And what do you think the word stellar means?
Mm, well structured, maybe. I'm just venturing a guess. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, no worries. So yes, so it definitely means something that is really, really good, right? Like something that is amazing. So today, my promise to you is that towards the end of this class, you will be able to deliver a stellar presentation. That means a remarkably well structured and really good presentation on a topic that you will be choosing. Okay,
Got it.
so that's why we are here today. And let me quickly introduce myself. I know I have shared a bit about myself over the phone call, but let me just quickly introduce a bit more. So my name is Ishita, and I'm going to be your learning buddy. Okay, so we are going to, of course, I'm your friend, a friend who's going to help you learn, or we together, both of us would be learning. And I've also
Yes.
transformed. Sorry, yes, Priyas, you were saying something?
I'm just saying, okay, I'm just nodding.
Okay, okay. All right. And I have transformed around 20 individuals on Planet Spark platform alone into leaders by making them confident communicators. Other than that, I have also been an educator for around 7 years now. I have taught adults, I have taught students across a different contexts, helping them achieve their personal goals and everything. So yeah, I'm really looking
Got it.
forward to, yeah, yes, thank you. And I'm really looking forward to this experience with you. So now that you know a little bit about me, I would want you to also, share a bit about yourself. Right now, I do know that you are working at a company and you have a little bit of work experience, but it would be helpful if you can tell me a bit more. And can you see my screen?
I
Yeah,
can.
you can,
Yep.
right? There are some few sentences over here. You can also use these sentences to give your introduction.
Got it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good. I'll start. So my name is Prayas Bhavalkar.
Mhm.
Currently, I'm working as a program associate at Growth School.
Okay.
It's a startup based out of Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
We deal
Okay.
mostly in upskilling, like very similar what Planet Spark does,
Mm-hmm.
but we have like a technical sense to upskilling people into
Okay.
the growth or marketing or something like those verticals.
Okay.
I have around almost 2 rounds of experience,
Mm-hmm.
2 years of experience,
Okay.
and I wish to pursue my career forward as a growth leader in that where I'm contributing to the revenue growth or
Okay.
customer base growth of the company via be it like product led or marketing led. That is something that I wish to aspire to be.
Amazing.
Uh, in my free time, I like to I like cycling a lot. I listen to music. Uh, I play various instruments, so that is something I do. I
Wow.
like reading fictional books. So
Amazing.
that is something that I do in my free time. And
Okay.
being an engineer, I feel like uh, I have a natural sense of problem solving. So that is something I do a lot. I play chess. I like solving puzzles and stuff. That is something I do.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Priyas, for sharing all of that. So you're already working at your dream company. It looks like you're working at Growth School, and you said you want like something in your career that where you
Yeah,
can lead product overall and
right.
contribute to revenue growth. That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've mentioned that you can solve a lot of puzzles.
I can. Yes,
Amazing. Have you like solved Rubik's Cube?
I do. I have around like 6 sets at my home, so I do that.
Oh wow, I love solving Rubik Cube, but unfortunately I've never been able to set any record. I always take my own time to solve the Rubik Cube and everything. So maybe something that I can learn from you about solving puzzles.
Sure, sure, sure.
Great. So Priyas, tell me what brings you here? Like what made you, like register for this class? Uh, what are you looking forward to that can help you achieve your career goal?
Got it. So for the like past few months or so, I have been going through lots of interviews, right? And given the fact that I am at a stage in my career where like getting to the right path is very necessary. And
Mm-hmm.
in that sense, I guess when you're able to communicate your craft very well to the interviewer, that helps a lot. So
Got
over
it.
my interviews, I've had some rejections as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I like when I introspected, I went through my recordings of the interviews. I saw that communication is a factor that I can much improve upon so
Absolutely.
that I can like whatever I have done so far, whatever I aspire to be, whatever my skills is that is something that present well to the communicate well to the interviewer.
Right.
So that is something that brings me to Planet Spark, the communication skill part.
Got it. Got it. Understood. So I totally agree to that. Like the moment we are able to communicate ourselves better in front of others, especially in these setups, interview setups, right? It's so important because you have just say sometimes 30 minutes of time or 45 minutes
Right.
of time. And we have to show to the other person, to the interviewer, that, hey, we are worth, or we can really do well at this role or in this job or something.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's true. Amazing. Great. So I really like that, you are already aware of what you want to work on, what you need to work on. So that's great. So
Right. So this was the second part, and rather the most of the part of the context setting. And here
Yeah.
the teacher and the student, they have a conversation. She welcomes him to the class, and both of them try to get to know each other. Let's write in the chat section what were the instructions and what were the questions asked by the teacher, so that as to make the learner comfortable in the class. I've got a habit of saying child. So let's understand and let's write down what makes the learner comfortable in the class. Again, be specific and write evidence-based answers. Right? We have already done this, no? Okay, teacher's introduction. She asked him about his hobbies, interests. Introduction and her introduction, friendly behavior. Okay. Rapport development by sharing personal interest area. Why have you joined Planet Spark? Yes, what is your, what brings you to Planet Spark? What is your reason to come here? So there are more targeted questions. Now, as compared to a senior demo, you might see that here the questions are a little different. The energy level is a little different as well. The expressions are a little subtle and more composed, more professional as compared to a child's demo, isn't it? Yes. What brings you here? Yes, rapport building, goal that you want to achieve from Planet Spark. Okay, great. And very actively listening. Constant smiling, very good. So consistent smiling, as you say, she changed her facial expressions throughout according to the context. Like, for example, she said, oh, great, that's wonderful. So she changed her facial expression that time. And she constantly maintained an eye contact, used hand gestures a lot. Regarding the voice modulation, I think she used different tones to express her excitement when she was starting sharing the hobbies and interest of the learner. She also maintained a decent volume all throughout the class, and she also used a very polite voice throughout, isn't it? And the other things that she did to build rapport with the learner, I think she added a personal touch by responding to what uh, he was saying. Like when he said about Rubik's Cube, isn't it? So she said that, okay, Rubik's Cube is something. So I have also tried it, but I was never successful in doing that, right? So adding a personal touch always helps. She also asked some follow-up questions like what kind of puzzles, when she asked about puzzles and other hobbies, she also asked some follow-up questions after that. And one more thing, which was very important, I hope you must have observed very carefully, she took the name of the learner very frequently. Am I correct? She took the name of the learner very frequently. She said every time she's addressing the learner, she's calling him out as Prayas. And I think one more thing which I observed was she was trying to make a connection between his needs and the purpose of the demo. So whatever he has come for, what are his requirements and what the demo provides. She was trying to make a connection between these two. Okay. So yeah, these are my observations and very, very similar to your observation as well. Yes. Okay, great. So let's move on. And this is the last part of the context setting. Give me a second.
For this entire class, Riyaz, there are two norms that I would want you to keep in mind at all times. Okay. Can you please read out the first one on the left side?
Speak up, ask, share.
Yes. What do you think this means?
I need to speak a lot in these sessions. It's not just you telling things.
Correct. Absolutely. Yes. So I would want you to, speak up. This is not at all a teacher-led session, I would say. This is the place
Got it.
where we will be having a lot of interaction, right? Especially you mentioned about interviews, and today in these times, interviews have also turned into conversation. Yeah. So
True.
I would want you to ask questions wherever you have not understood, or maybe you are just curious about learning something new, right? And also share wherever you feel that you already know something. Please do go ahead and share. Okay. You can keep yourself off mute at all times. Only two of us are there in the class. So there's no need to even put yourself on mute. You can just share whenever an idea is coming to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? And can
Can
you
you give me one quick second? I'll just adjust my laptop a bit.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should I begin?
Yeah. Thank you.
Begin? Okay. Okay. So the second norm, could you please read that as well?
High energy. Use hands, face, eyes, and voice at all times.
Correct. Yes. So I know it's quite late at night, and I'm sure like you're working, so you would have a hectic day as well. But to make the best of this class, I would want you to be highly energetic, okay, at all times. And how we can do that is the more we use our hands, like, when I'm speaking, I'm using my hands to show some gestures. Use your complete face. So give your expressions using your face, your eyes, and your active voice. Okay, that's how we'll be energetic today. Yeah.
I'll try my best.
Thank you. Okay. And another thing to remember, whenever you feel you have understood something, you can hear me properly, there will be some videos that we will be playing. Just give me a thumbs up. And if you feel you have not understood what I'm trying to say, you have a question or anything, you can show me a thumbs down. I'll understand that.
Right. So this was again the third part of the context setting. And here we share the norms and the agenda of the class, right? This is very simple. You just have to convey what we are going to do in this demo class, right? Now, shall we move to part 2, introduction to PS skills, or do we have any questions over here? No? Okay, great. I don't think there should be any question. Great. So now comes the PS skills, introduction to PS skills. Again, there is an icebreaker activity. Sorry, PPT link, it is given in your LMS, in your dashboard. Sorry, I usually have a habit of calling it as an LMS. It is known as Learning Management System. We all call it LMS. As of now, I think you have known the word dashboard. No worries. So dashboard and LMS is same. Okay, your ID, password, whatever has been given to you. All the presentation links are there.
Use our hands.
So great, let's start with the introduction to PS skills. I think it's a little back. Yeah.
Right away. Great. Okay, so yes, so I was telling you in the beginning, right, that today I will be
Shayantini, which PPT? The training PPT are you talking about, or the demo PPT? The demo PPT is in the teacher's handbook, and junior adult presentations. I don't know why do you ask that, Inderpreet? I hope you have joined the junior demo and senior demo as well. They both were quite different from each other. The agenda of the class was very different, right? The different sections of the demo were also different. This one, the training one, I have joined the senior one. You have not seen the junior one, right? Okay, no worries. Fine, we'll discuss all these things at the end. Fine. So let's start with the introduction to PS skills.
Be teaching you easiest way to deliver a convincing presentation. A presentation where, if you want to convince an audience to hear your idea, or to get to, or just, get excited about what you want to say, then that's what we'll be learning today. And in just 3 steps. Yeah, are you excited to learn these 3 steps? Okay,
That's the first.
Yes, I can see you smiling, and I feel like definitely we can go ahead then. So yes, so I think
Yeah.
we are not going to have a monotonous class over here. Okay, we are going to do a lot of activities, and this is how all our classes are also designed. So let's start with
Okay.
the first activity.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So can you read out the name of this game or activity?
Let us play emotional request.
Emotional request, and there are some images on the right hand side. What do you think
Yeah.
this game could be about?
Maybe understanding expressions,
Yes.
finding clues through the expressions.
Okay, very close. Yes, so definitely it's about something to do with your expressions, your what kind of faces do we make and everything. Let me give you further instructions.
Okay.
So I will be showing you certain sentence or a statement. Okay, and then there will be an emotion also listed here. There.
Got
You
it.
will have to speak the sentence using that emotion. And while you do that, what are we going to do? Can you read the second instruction, please?
Use your hands, face, and voice to show that emotion. Got it.
Yeah, so you have to use your hands, your face, your voice to show that emotion. Okay. All right. Let me do one example. Okay. I'll share one example and then you can do the rest. So this
Yeah.
is the statement and I have to speak this in happy emotion. Okay.
Okay.
Statement is I have been stuck in traffic for past 5 hours. Okay. All right. So I'll share first. I have been stuck in traffic for last 5 hours. Okay. So what do you think? Was I too happy about being stuck in traffic?
Yeah. It's like you love being stuck in traffic.
Exactly. So you see what we are doing here? We have to
Got it.
use
Yeah.
all of our face, our hands, our voice to express that emotion. Okay?
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Are you ready for your sentence? Next
Yeah.
sentence?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Okay.
Sad emotion.
Okay. Hooray! I finally got promoted in my job.
Well done. Nice. I could see you using your hand, covering your face, and just like lowering your voice. That grave, dull voice. Very nice. All right. Ready for more?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I just love relaxing by the beach.
This was so much better than the previous one, Prayas. It's like, making that fist, clenching your jaw. That's really nice. Well done. Anyone would believe that, yes, you are so angry about just relaxing by the beach.
I actually hate beaches, so I guess that's
Oh,
natural.
so it was natural. Okay. Amazing. Okay, next one. Confused. Emotion.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will definitely eat Chinese for dinner today.
Nice. And you saw what we did here, right? There's a definitely, but we are also confused. But I really like how you make that gesture and, also make that sound of, that adds on the effect, right? So very good. Well done, Prayas. That was definitely an emotional performance. Yeah. You were able to display different kinds of emotion, be it sad or, angry and the confused one. So well done.
Yeah. So this was this was a very fun game, very interesting. And what is the reason behind this game? You will be able to understand. But what exactly happened and how did the teacher start with the activity? So just let's write down in the chat section what all teacher actions did you observe in this video? Her body language, her voice modulation, of course, these things uh, are common for every video. But other things that she says and how did she proceed with the activity? Participative, very good. Okay. Perfectly introduced icebreaker, very good. Perfectly introduced the icebreaker activity. Then I actively smiling, okay, great. Constantly involved with the student, great. Encouraging words, appreciating, very good. Showing by doing herself, very good. So she did the first one herself, very good. Connected every emotions, good use of facial expression and hand movements, appreciation, okay, great, perfect. Contrasting sentences and emotions, okay, that's the essence of the game that we had. Appreciated, applause, facial expression, great, wonderful. Now I also observed some certain things, so I would like to discuss with you all. So body language, as you can see, okay, so I'm not talking about the student or the learner. I'm talking about the teacher, because you are going to be the teacher. You have to learn what teacher actions should be enabled, right? Teacher has tried to elaborate and encourage the learner to participate. Okay, wonderful. Yes. So I think some of you had written she introduced the activity. Yes, very good. So she needs to introduce the activities as she did. You also have to do. So instruct the game, give the instructions very clearly, then play the game, and at the end we have to debrief. So this was the first part where she demonstrated it herself and then asked the learner to do it again, right? So here, the body language, she used the gestures constantly. Like when she was saying the instructions, like use your hands, eyes, and voice modulation, everything. So she was pointing out on everything. She maintained an eye contact. The voice modulation of the teacher, she had different tonality in different places. She also expressed an excitement when she was talking about, oh, great, that was wonderful, right? So when she was giving her feedback. And the voice was energetic all throughout. Other things that she did was when she added humor, isn't it? When Prayas said his statements in a funny way, right? She added that humor as well. So, okay, it seems as if you are, you really hate relaxing by the beach. Okay, so I think that was natural, right? So when he says that, okay, I don't like beaches. So she tried to add humor as well. Then, as you said, she modeled out the first sentence for Prayas, and it helped the learner also to become comfortable first. So he also understood that, okay, this is how we have to go about with the activity. And the teacher showed and modeled it out for the learner so that he feels comfortable in the activity. Then, of course, she was taking learner's name every time frequently. And she also asked the learner to understand his opinion at the end, right? So this is what we are going to do. Great. So let's move on to the second part of introduction to PA skills. And this was the part where, I'm so sorry, the teacher started the activity. Now you have to continue with the activity.
Confused, emotion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely.
I think we have done this, right? So this is playing again. No worries. We'll move on to the end of this.
That what stood out from this activity to you?
So this is a
I
very
guess,
important question here. What stood out from this activity, and why do you think that we had these contrasting sentences and contrasting emotions? Why do you think that this kind of activity was given to you? How would this help you, right?
like given the fact that the statements were very like opposite from what the emotion was.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like the fact that what we learn is like if it was a natural sentence that is very natural, like comes naturally.
Mm-hmm.
What I guess I learned is like even whatever the sentence is, you can dwell it in a particular emotion that you do.
Exactly. And what do you think the person who's going to watch you, especially let's say the example of angry statement that you said, right? Like, I love relaxing by the beach, the way you said it. The one listening to you, would that person focus on your words or more on your expression?
I guess more on expressions.
Yes, exactly, Priyas. Thank you so much for sharing that. And this is exactly what is today's Spark tip, Spark confidence tip. So, the language that we are speaking, right? If we refer to this image over here, that's just the tip of it, right? Tip of the iceberg. But if we
Right.
want to really convey our message to someone, in that case, what we need is our entire verbal language as well as the non-verbal language, which is actually our body language, right?
Got
And
it.
what all did you use in your body language? You use your
And
hands, your
face,
face, and even your eyes.
eyes, right.
You also used your teeth, in fact. You were like sort of, it's like you were pressing your
Clenching material, right.
clenching your jaw, yeah? So yeah, that's how you just showed your body language. And yeah, that conveys your confidence, your belief in your point, and also adds depth to your message. Yeah.
Got it.
Now, a question for you. I know you have sort of shared a bit about this initially when you shared why you are here. But
Mhm.
I would want to ask you in general, why do you think these skills or, that body language, confidence, using an effective voice are important skills to have or to learn?
I guess the fact is like in today's world, there's lots of competition. Only the technical skills or the work experience that you do is not like everyone, almost everyone has similar work experience, similar good education. That is very common nowadays.
Mm.
What sets you apart is how well is someone able to convince the person who is listening to you, or maybe make him understand that yes, you are something that is worth putting in. So
Absolutely.
that is something that brings like confidence in your speech very important.
Perfect.
Right. So this was the part where the teacher
Now,
asked the learner to understand why this activity was important, right? What stood out to you from this activity, and why do you think that body language is so important, right? Great. So here the debriefing happened, and you asked for the learner's opinion as well about the different skills that we just discussed: the voice modulation, body language, and hand and confidence, of course. Great. So before moving into the third game, do we have any questions here? Introduction to PS skills. Now, why is this contrasting emotion? Have you heard about the Mehrabian rule? Anyone knows about the Mehrabian rule? I think I showed you. I am not sure. No? Okay. So there, okay, fine. Let me take a guess. There are three numbers that I'm going to say: 7%, 38%, and 55%. Do you know what is this? Any guesses? Yes? Okay, I think yes. Millie is giving me a thumbs up, so I think she knows. Words, yes, very good. Body language, yes. 7% is the words, 38% is the voice modulation, 38% is the voice, and 55 is the body language. Very good. So this activity reiterates the importance of this rule. And this tells you that the words may be important, but not that much as compared to body language and voice modulation. So this signifies, or it actually illustrates the importance of body language and voice modulation while you are speaking. Yes. Words, voice, and body language. Great. Perfect. So let's move on to the part 3, that is unlock homes. And this is very interesting. Let's see. So the name itself is very much explanatory, I think. You must have understood what is the game about. Let's see.
Are important skills to have or to learn.
I guess the fact is like in today's world, there's lots of competition. Only important.
We have done this already.
Everyone is really good. So
Yeah.
now we move to our next part, another game. And now that you have mentioned already to me that you love puzzles, so I have huge expectations from you. Okay, because this
Okay.
game also involves solving puzzles. So are you ready?
Sure, that's great.
Okay. Are you ready? Ready or excited? Ready?
I'm excited, ready.
Yes. So I want some more energy then in the room. Okay. Great.
Sure, yes.
Okay. So let me move forward. Okay. Now this game is called Unlock Holmes. Where do you think this game is coming from? Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes. Correct. Who's a detective, right? So
Right.
you will now be also a detective. Can you wear your detective hat? Let's just make our detective hat. Come on.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So now you're wearing your detective hat. Okay. And what we have to do is, here are the instructions. Can you please read out the 2 points under instructions?
Okay. You will given a statement.
You will be given, sorry about that. You will be given a statement. Yeah.
Okay. Find the best proof to support the statement. Got it.
Yeah. So there would be one statement, and then I'll give you 3 options as its proof. And you have to find the best proof that supports that statement. All right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's try. So yes. So the first statement is employees should get paid for sleeping in the office. So let me do this as an example for you. Okay.
Okay.
Of how I'm thinking, and then you can do the next one. So okay.
Sure.
So saying that employees should get paid for sleeping in the office. Now the option 1 says, I want this policy because who doesn't like sleeping? Okay, not really a good proof. A good point, but not really a good proof. Then second option, I think sleeping should be encouraged since it helps people in dreaming, and a person who can dream big can achieve bigger heights. Okay,
That's okay.
let's see the third one.
I really like your prompts though.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, let's look at the third one.
Yeah.
According to a 2015 study in the Journal of Psychology and Psychiatry, sleep could directly impact the behavior of an individual, including memory, cognition, and performance. Okay, well, now that sounds something like a well-researched evidence. So what I will choose
Mhm.
the option 3. Do you agree with me or disagree with me?
I guess I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and why do you
But
think?
like still what I feel is like that is a general sleep. Like it is something that is researched for sleep.
Mhm.
I don't know
Agree.
how that is related very well to why should you get paid for sleeping in the office. That's
Interesting.
something
Very
I'm
good
still
point.
not.
Good point, actually. So maybe if we could have added more details or some point around sleeping in office particularly,
Office.
that would have been a best proof
Yeah.
evidence.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Priyas, for that. Like, I think I can take that feedback and discuss it with my team as well. Thank you. But yeah, like I think amongst the 3 options, option 3 right now is the best suited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how we are going to play this game, right? So now I'm going to show you 2 sentences, and for each you will be doing the same activity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. Okay. So yes, we have done this one.
Okay, so this was the first.
think
I think she illustrated the first one for the learner so that he understand what exactly he has to do in this activity, right? So she gave instructions, I believe. So let's write down how the instructions flew in this video. Which video? This one? I think these all are there in your teacher's handbook. Everything is there provided. Let me check. I don't understand why you all are so clueless. Okay, let me check. This is your teacher's handbook, teachers. Yeah, it is all there. All is there. Adult and junior demo observation is here. Your presentation is here. Right? So I think this is the adult session. Believe so. No, this is the junior one. Okay, the adult one should be there. Wait. Yes, the adult one is also there. The exemplar video is there. See.
গরম গরম খবর
Sorry
মামি
for
হে
that. Yes, it is there. I just checked, teachers. If you have the teacher's handbook, everything is there. Okay. Just go ahead, check your teacher's handbook thoroughly, right? Activity is conducted with a lot of zeal and energy. Okay, great. Perfect. What else? No, Abinya, it is all, everything is there. The adult demo is also there and the exemplar video is also there. Maybe the training video or the training PPT is not there. That's not an issue. Anyways, the training PPT does not consist of something very different. It is just a debriefing of what is happening in the demo. So if you can watch the demo session itself, the whole demo session, you'll get to know what exactly the teacher is doing in the adult demo, right? Great. She considered his point of view and she said she will ask the team member to add that sleeping now. Yes, very good, Ritika. Very good point. So when he was talking about, they both were communicating about the third one, the third option, she said that yes, that was a good observation from his part, meaning that she took the feedback very positively from the learner, and it was not like discarding any of his ideas, right? Fine. So here, the teacher was she asked him a lot of questions. Why do you think so? Why B, not A? Why not B? Why not A? Right? And she also added some humor to the first one. So it's a good point, but definitely not the correct one, right? Then I think she also explained what is logical arguments and how to find out the logical arguments. And then she asked him also, why do you think that the third one is the correct one? Right? And constantly you must have seen that the teacher was challenging the adult learner and trying to make his thinking visible, right? So please note that with the adult learners, no, it is very important that they feel you are adding value to their time and learning. So keep challenging them, okay, to make them learn. So these are some of my observations here. Yeah, let me come back to my slide. Yes, the adult was equally good in describing. So the first part was conducting the activity. This is the continuation of the activity.
It is something that is researched for sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that is related.
This we
Option
have
one is I want this
already
policy
done.
because.
And for each, you'll be doing the same activity. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay,
this
so
is the
yes, we have
second
done
one.
this one. All right, next one. Can you read out the sentence and then the options?
A 2-day work week should be made mandatory in corporates. Okay. Option one is I want this policy because I love my family and would want to spend more time with them. Good point.
Okay.
Option two is Microsoft's Japan offices tried a 2-day work week and saw a whopping 40% increase in productivity. Okay. And third is I want this policy because if I spend all my time earning, when will I get to a time to live a luxurious life? That's the most I relate to, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay. And but what would be the
For the
best?
question, I guess the option number 2 is the best evidence. Again,
Okay.
it's well researched, has some numbers.
Amazing. Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Priyas. And as you mentioned the reason already, it is well researched and there's a factual evidence over here. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I think there was only one. Oh, I'm so sorry about it. There was just one only.
Okay.
All right. So here is the statement for you, Priyas. Can you please read that out loud?
Okay. A 2-day work week should be made mandatory in corporates.
Yes. And yes, these are your three options. You can maybe take a minute.
Can I read this in my mind itself?
Sure. Yes. Again, as I was saying, you are pro at solving puzzles. Yeah. Right. And now we have finally come to a point where, we will be, I had made you a promise, right? So we will be learning how to make deliver a convincing presentation just in 3 steps. Now for that,
Sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry. I forgot that I muted myself and I was speaking. Okay, so here you could have seen in the second presentation or second video, it was the same thing. It was repeated and there was one more question which was done with the learner, right? So it was like a continuation of the same activity. Now, before we move on to the next one, that is creating presentation, do we have any question? Yes, Pranav, now I think I will be audible. Sorry, that was my mistake. Do we have any question? No? Shall we proceed? Okay, great. So this is the fourth part, that is creating of the presentation. Now here we are going to debrief about how many different parts of the presentation are there. And you give the learner a chance to choose his own topic and then go about creating his own presentation. Great.
I was saying you are pro at solving puzzles. Yeah. Right. And now we have finally come to a point where, you know, I had made you a promise, right? So we will be learning.
Okay, how is it benefiting the learner? You will come to know. So, okay, how did it benefit the learner, right? So, Unlock Homes is where you understand the evidences why a particular statement should be backed up or supported by evidences. Now, this same thing you will be using in the coming. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. I saw many of the backgrounds very similar to me. So I was very happy to see all those white backgrounds. Sabiha and I think Harshita also. Many of you are using Planet Spark backgrounds. Very good. Suddenly I got distracted and I saw the background. They're great. Okay. So yes, why evidences and arguments, they are necessary because when you will be creating a presentation, you will know that in the body, you need to write down arguments and their evidences, right? And this, I think we have been doing from day one. Those who were in my batch, they must be knowing. I said that whatever opinions that we give, the opinions are not strong enough unless and until you justify or exemplify them. And you will also agree to this, isn't it? I say this is green, right? So I don't give the reasons why this is green. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this is green is a fact. I'm talking about opinion. So she is so nice. It's not enough. Okay, so we need to. You want the background? Okay, I'll try to give one. I don't have mine. I'll try to add another one. Okay, give me some time. Okay, so we will move to creating presentation first. Let's understand. And when we will be doing the body, Richa, you will be getting to know how this Unlock Homes has benefited the learner in the coming videos. Okay, great.
How to make deliver a convincing presentation just in 3 steps. Now, for that, of course, we need a topic, right? So these are the 2 topics in front of you. The left one says companies should go back to work from office, and the right one says work from home is the future of work. Which one would you want to choose?
I guess the first one, companies should go back to work from home.
First one, are you also working from office?
Yes, I will.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So you would not want to continue to work from home?
I don't think so. It's like very boring at home.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. So great. So you have chosen your topic. You are opting for companies should go back to work from office. Now, the 3 steps that I was talking about are that, you know, first we build out the introduction of the presentation. Second, we work on the body of the presentation. And third, we work on the conclusion part. Yeah. So these are the 3 steps. And we are going to work on each step here for your topic, which is that companies should go back to work from office. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so some of you were asking about the background. I have given it in the chat. You can download it and you can use it. Okay. So I had this one. I did not have this one, the one which I have. It's already embedded in the meeting link. Great. So this one was the beginning of the presentation and creating the presentation. Now, please, I won't guide you. You will tell me what exactly happened in this video. Let's write down in the chat section. Presentation included well-researched evidence. We did not start the presentation yet. We have just started the introduction of how to create a presentation. Teacher is giving 3 key elements to how to deliver. Yes, absolutely. She introduced the 3 parts of a presentation. Very good. Introduction, body, and conclusion. Great. She gave a chance to choose his topic and why he is choosing that topic. Yes, she gave 2 options. to the learner. One is working from office and working from home. There were two options which were already there in your PPT. If you have opened your teacher's handbook and opened the adult learner PPT, you will see that both the options are given and all the details of both the options are also given to you. So you don't need to worry that if if the learner chooses the other one, then what will we do? It is also there in the slide. Okay, so just check. Setting a base of a powerful presentation. Yes, gave a chance to choose his topic and why. Very good. Teacher is giving 3 key elements of how to deliver a presentation. Very good. Okay, great. So let's continue with the second part. Now, this is the introduction part. Now, every part, so you have now 3 parts. That is introduction. I'll put myself on this view. Yes. So we have 3 parts, right? Now, introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, 3 parts. Now, each part, that is, say, for example, introduction, will be taught in 3 ways. So it's a structured approach again, just like we had the EPL approach. Here also, we follow a very structured approach here. Now, when we are going to teach the introduction part to the learner, we are going to do it in the form of first an activity, then a video. We will show a video, and then he will create his own presentation, and there we will be helping him out. Okay, so in the body also, we will have activity, video, presentation. Introduction also the same thing, activity, video, presentation. In the conclusion also, we will have a small activity. There will be a video of R. Madhavan and then presentation. So always remember this, the process. Okay, it's a set approach, structured one to teach or to impart how to create a presentation. And the first one is introduction, then body, and then conclusion. Okay.
All right. Okay. Cool. So great. So you have chosen your topic. You are opting for companies who should go back to work from office. Now, the 3 steps that I was talking about are that, first we build out the introduction of the presentation. Second, we work on the body of the presentation. And third, we work on the conclusion part. Yeah. So these are the 3 steps. And we are going to work on each step here for your topic, which is that companies should go back to work from office. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's proceed with our first step, that is introduction. Now, we are again, as I've already told you, there are tons of games that we have to play. Okay, so we are again going to learn about how to make a really good introduction using a fun game. Okay, so you'll be given a topic on the next slide, and I would want you to select the introduction that grabs your attention or hooks your attention. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, so can you read out the first sentence, please?
Communication skills are important to succeed in life.
And these are the 3 options. I would want you to read aloud all the 3 options, please, and then we'll think that which one is the best introduction, best hook for us.
You want me to read them aloud? Or can I read it in my mind?
Read them aloud, please. Yeah. Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. Presentation on the topic, importance of communication skills.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a secret weapon that top managers and entrepreneurs use to get ahead in business and in life? Yes, it is. And the other one is communication is the ability to convey information to others in a clear and concise manner. Okay. I guess the second option grabs the most of my time.
Second one. And why is that? Why do you think it will grab attention or, really make your audience interested?
I guess the first one is very like traditional approach to giving out the introduction.
Yes.
A very plain introduction. Second one is something that is kind of a hook question.
That's true. Yes, that's absolutely correct, right? So let me just show also. So yes, so can you see that hook symbol also above option 2, right? So that's true, right? You rightly mentioned that, when we could just start with this question that is there a secret weapon that top leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs use to get ahead in business and in life? In that case, you're sort of like making your audience also excited that, oh, like what is the secret weapon that he's going to now talk about, right? And that's where their interest would spike, they will just pique their curiosity. So yes, so that would be the best hook. And followed by that, there are 2 lines written below. Can you read those 2 lines as well?
Okay. So today I would like to present my views on why communication skills are important to succeed in life.
Exactly. And that's when you club that line, those two lines, that's when your
Mhm.
introduction is complete, right? Okay.
Got it.
So
Got it.
let's look at one more example.
Okay.
Personal
Is
brand.
personal branding is important for growth.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read out the options as well?
Okay, it's okay. This time you can read it in your own mind.
Great. I guess option 1 is the most.
Okay, and why is that?
Starts with an example, so people connect more, I guess.
Yes, exactly. It starts with an example, right? People will be able to connect to Aman Gupta, especially
Mhm.
after Shark Tank.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've heard about Shark Tank or not.
I have.
You have, right? So after Shark Tank, Aman Gupta has become very popular. He's the boat founder. So, just referring to someone who's already successful also helps. And taking
Right.
person's example and then coming to the point, right? And can you read out
Mhm.
again the two lines at the bottom of the slide, please?
Okay. So I would like to present my view on why personal branding is important for growth.
Correct, right? So you're absolutely correct. The first one is the best hook amongst these all because it will be able to build a connect with the audience very quickly, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I'll
Yeah.
skip the third one. So yes, very striking performance. I was also hooked to your performance. And what we did just now was understand that what are the parts of an introduction, right? So an introduction actually has two parts. Can you read out what are these two parts?
A hook and a thesis.
Correct, right? So a hook is something that grabs attention, right? Whereas what is a thesis? Can you read that out?
Statement that tells the main point of the presentation.
Exactly. Can you tell me what was the thesis statement that you saw in both those slides for personal branding? Yeah,
The two lines that we, I guess, read at the last.
absolutely right. So while say for the first one, communication skills are important to succeed in life, while option 2 was the hook, the two lines that followed it now shared the thesis, right? That we are going to talk about communication skills today. Yeah, in a
Got it.
very
Yep.
brief, crisp manner. So every introduction has two parts. Which are these two parts, Prayas? First one,
A hook and a thesis.
a thesis. Amazing. Okay, great. So I think we have understood this, have we? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now what we will be doing, we'll be also watching a video where R. Madhavan was giving a speech at Harvard Business School. Do you know who is R. Madhavan?
I know, yeah.
No, who is he?
He's an actor.
He's an actor. That's right. He's a fabulous actor, very experienced, a veteran, basically. And he was giving a speech at Harvard Business School about India at 2030. So while I'm going to say this speech, I would want you to, identify the hook and thesis from what he's saying. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me know if you are able to hear the speech, the video. Okay.
Due to the stress you.
Oh, sorry. My bad. All right. Let me just share my screen again. Sorry about that. Yeah.
First of all, thank you very much for having me here at the Inspire series. It's worked dramatically. I'm already inspired to be addressing this really august intellectual gathering of people from Harvard, a place that my mother thought I will never reach. But you know what? A lot of people have spoken before me and eloquently and described their dreams for India and given figures and facts that either are skeptical and, like Mr. Wilbur says, aspirational. But I'm just an actor. And I'm going to just give you my dream shamelessly, because that's the thing that I can do best. And by that I mean, when we talk of dreams, we have one of our greatest scientists and philanthropists, Dr. Abdul Kalam, and he said something which is very interesting. He said, dreams are not what you have when you sleep. The true dreams are the ones that don't let you sleep. He said that when you have that dream once, it's a dream. When you have it twice, it becomes a desire. And when you see it for the third time consecutively, it becomes a passion, an aim, and a goal. And that is the passion with which I want to see this fantasy that I have for India 2030. And Abraham Lincoln also was a dreamer. And, but he said.
All right. I think I'll pause here. Yes. So what do you think in a speech, which part was the, the hook and the thesis?
So I guess the hook part was when he, I guess there were two hooks in the video.
Mm-hmm.
First one was when he mentioned himself as an actor, and the first part when he addressed the school. The second one, I guess, was the reference of Dr. Abdul Kalam
Correct.
and his statement that he used a lot about the dreams.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Let me go back to the slides and let's see if you've been able to mention it correctly. So yes, definitely the second part that you mentioned, right? Like, of course, the first part was also a part of introduction, but he was just like
Mhm.
setting up the stage and everything.
Right.
But the moment he talks about, APJ Abdul Kalam's quote about
Right.
dreams and that they don't let you sleep and everything, that was the hook he used, right?
Yeah.
And with that, what was the thesis?
That is the passion with which I want to see this fantasy that I have for India 2030.
Yes, and then he went on to share that why he was there in the first place, right?
Right.
He was there to share about his dream for India 2030. So
Right.
he used a very famous quote by a famous personality and then followed it by a statement that showed that why he was there, right? So this was the
Got it.
introduction that R. Madhavan used. Yeah.
Right.
Now let's go back to our topic. Do you remember what was the topic that you have selected?
Yeah.
It
So
is
companies should go back to work from office.
exactly, yes. So well done on identifying the right hook and thesis. Now we are going back to our presentation topic, which is companies should go back to work from office.
Mhm.
And yeah, so these are different hook statements. Okay. And of course, there's an option where you can also come up with your own hook. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would now want you to read out these hooks and see that which one would you want to use for your own introduction. Are you reading these? Or
I
just
am.
reading on your own? Okay, got it. So
I like the second hook the best, I guess.
okay, the second one, the best one. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember. So can you read the second one aloud?
I remember holding my head and looking at the screen with dry, irritated eyes. I was so done. I decided to start working from office.
To start working from office. Amazing. Great. Okay. And why did you choose this book?
I guess I relate to that hook a lot.
Okay.
We been working from home for past few months, and it is like just a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. And I think it's also very dramatic if you read it. It helps your audience. Like it grabs their attention because there's some dramatic actions involved. Like remember holding
Right.
my head and looking at the screen with dry, irritated eyes. So a bit of exaggeration that also helps in
Yeah.
grabbing everyone's attention, right? And there's your thesis. Now, do you want to read out your hook and thesis together for your introduction?
Sure.
Okay.
So I remember holding my head and looking at the screen with dry, irritated eyes. I was so done. I decided to start working from office. Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to present my views on the topic why companies should go back to work from office.
Amazing, amazing. I could see you also remembering something that we learned in our first game and using your voice and pausing at the right places. That was really nice. Great. Okay. So let's move ahead. So your introduction, I'm sure, would definitely hook your manager also.
Right. Now, I got a query that this might be too generic for teaching for adult learner. But I believe that when I first asked the teachers to write a feedback, we all wrote that your body language is good, your voice modulation is so good. Even like we being public speaking and creative writing trainers, we did not. I probably it's not that we don't know. We know, but we forget. We forget to use what is required when presenting ourselves. Presenting ourselves can be in any manner, right? It can be a speech, it can be debate, it can be a general conversation, right? Introductory message, anything. But in any case, you will find that everywhere you have to, whatever you say, you have to attach supporting evidences, right? So, like as a teacher, also, when we give feedbacks, we need to justify the reasons why I'm saying that your body language is good. Why? Because when you said rainbows, oh, you moved your hands. Well, so nice, very nicely done. Right. So, for these reasons, it's important to first brush up what we already know, and then probably in the curriculum you might see that there are lots of other things that will be introduced which will be new, right, for the learners. Great. So in this video, what did you see? Write in the chat section. And as I said, it started with an activity, then there was a video of R. Madhavan, and then the presentation. So what were the set of instructions which were given by the teacher so as to understand, so as to make sure that the learner is understanding and he is also following? Let's write down in the chat section. So this was the introduction part, no? Yes. So firstly, we introduce the two parts of introduction, that is the hook and the thesis. Second, we do an activity to understand the hook. Then we watch R. Madhavan's video and we ask the learner to identify the hook and the thesis, right? And at the end, we go back to the presentation topic and then we ask the learner to build his own introduction, correct? So if you have noticed, we use a concept of explain a topic, explore with an example, and then apply the concept, isn't it? So, great. Let me read some of the chats. Read and give your opinion to understand the hook. Yes, she gave an example of what is a hook and thesis, and then she did the act. Okay, then the activity was done. Okay. Observe and listen the video, and then find. So first there was an activity, then the video, and then the presentation. Okay, great. And then putting it into practice, right? So here, basically, the enabling teachers' actions that it included first asking questions to Prayas. First thing, why did you choose this topic? When he chose the first topic, she asked the question like, why did you choose this topic? Why did you choose this hook? Isn't it? So these are, targeted questions so as to make the learner brainstorm. Then she explained clearly what Prayas needed to do while watching the video. Clear? She instructed very clearly. And then she asked for his own observations after watching the video. That what did you find was the hook statement? Now that you know that what is hook and thesis, now can you tell me what was the hook in this video and what was the thesis in this video? Okay. And also, when the learner read his introduction in the last part, the teacher acknowledged how he is also applying his learning from the previous activity, isn't it? So she acknowledged the fact and she validated his responses as well. Correct? So in case if I have to summarize, I would say that teacher was playing the role of the facilitator extremely well, right? She mostly asked for observations and reasons from the learner to help him derive at a particular answer, right? Great. Now, let me move on to the next video, and that is the body.
Amazing, amazing. I could see you also remembering something that we learned in our first game and use evidence, yeah?
Right.
And why
To make
I
that
think we
quantum
have
change.
done this.
spaces. And then he says,
Right.
we found freedom to not.
Wait a second, please. So this one we have already done, I think. We were doing argument and evidence, right? Yes.
Evidence, right? Do you remember the second game that we and using your voice and pausing at the right places? That was really nice. Great. Okay. So let's move ahead. So your introduction, I'm sure, would definitely hook your manager also if you're presenting in front of your manager. Now let's come to the second part, which is the body. Okay.
Mhm.
Now a body has two parts. Which are these two parts, Prayas? Can you please read these out?
Argument and evidence.
Argument and evidence, right? Do you remember the second game that we played? Unlock
Yeah.
Home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So the first piece over there in Unlock Homes also where, you were reading a sentence out loud, that was the
Mhm.
argument. Can you tell me what is an argument? It's written right over here.
Statement that establishes a point of view or a claim.
Right. Like your claim or what is the statement that you want to convey or you want people to get convinced on. And with that argument, we have to always give it evidence, right? Which you were also trying to identify in the Unlock Homes game. Yeah, so
Right.
you provide a proof, right? So yes, so we have already solved 2 cases. So let's just look at once again at one of these, right? So remember this line, the argument that we had read, employees should get paid for sleeping. And for that, we had chosen the third evidence, yeah? And why, can you just, I know you already know this, but just to remember and revise, why did we choose the third one as the evidence?
Seemed like researched and had some factual information involved.
Absolutely, right? So evidence has to be something that is researched point, a factual data, documented information. Then only we will be able to support our argument, right?
Right.
Great. So again, we are going to go back to our speech where, our Madhavan is giving the same speech. And here I would want you to continue to identify arguments and evidence. There may be one argument or more than one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let me then go to his speech.
That I have dreamt for my nation. He said, if I have 6 hours to cut down a tree, then I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. There's a great philosophy in that. In this era of instant gratification, we just keep thinking we can achieve all these goals by just tweaking this, tweaking that. It's not true. I really believe that, that a missionary zeal is required to make that quantum change. That can make 2030 what I'm dreaming about right now. And just let's look at India as a country. What a unique nation, seriously. Thousands of years old of culture and tradition, many invasions, being ruled for many years, and we still somehow managed to maintain our identity. We still somehow have managed to maintain our Indianness, our beliefs, our faith. And, there has been, we have our drawbacks. There is corruption, there is violence, there is differences between the different religions and sects and castes and everything. But I can't help but think, looking at India, at the geography, that we're not doing really that bad. Look at all the other nations around in the world. Look at our neighbors. Compared to that, there is somebody in India who's doing something right for us to be called a growing economy and being projected as the 3rd largest economy in 2026 and the most educated and young nation in the world. And it's still functional democracy. So let's first accept the fact that there is some people in India with the right ideas and the ability to lead the nation to where we are today.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So yes, so do you think you were able to identify the arguments and the evidences from here?
I guess I was.
Okay.
One of the arguments that I identified was when he talks about India as a growing economy, and the evidence being the census data that he talked about, that we are world's 3rd largest growing economy,
Absolutely.
and we have leaders and stuff like that.
All right, very good, Pras. Very good observation skills, I must say. And was there any other argument as well?
In the start of the in the speech, he also mentioned about diversity a lot. So there's diversity in religion, dialect, sex, different things, and still there is a unifiedness or Indianness that he says within us. That is something.
And he also gives the evidence for that. Can you recall what was the evidence?
I don't recall.
Oh, okay, no worries. Let's have a look. So you're absolutely right for the first one. You have identified one of the argument really well, where he talks about, look at our neighbors and compared to them, there is somebody in India who is doing something right for us to be called a growing economy. And then he shares the evidence, what you rightly mentioned, Priyas, that it is projected as the 3rd largest economy in 2026, right?
Right.
On the right-hand side, you will see actually the second argument that he makes. Of course, there is no factual, like a number or a figure over here, but he does give an evidence to this also. So rightly, you were mentioned that, he talks about India being a diverse country and with a lot of things. And then he also says that, we are also capable of finding very unique solutions to the problems that generally the world faces. And then he says, we found freedom through non-cooperation, non-violence, and talks about, how Mahatma Gandhi led the entire freedom movement. Yeah. So this is the second argument and evidence that we could find. Yeah. So can you see that how, each and every argument that he was sharing was supported with an evidence?
Evidence, right.
Yeah. Now, what do you think we'll be doing now?
I guess we'll go back to our example and put the same thing.
Exactly, you got it now. Yeah. And so amazing mindful performance, Priyas, on identifying the argument and evidence. And we go back to our topic, which is companies should go back to working from office. So here are a few ideas for you.
I'm so sorry.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
I can, yes.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So yeah, so I was saying that there are a few examples here that you can refer to, but what I would want you to do is come up with your argument and a supporting evidence, and you can take help from the above two statements given here.
Okay. I'll just give it a read and
Sorry, say that again, please.
I'll just give it a read and then I'll.
Sure. Yes, please do. Please go ahead.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. So what would be your argument and evidence?
My argument would be work from office helps people to be more productive, deliver their 100%, and meet deadlines in an efficient way.
Okay.
And according to a study or a survey by the HRs about like HRs of Society of HRs, about 60% of professionals were reported that employees are more productive when working in the office.
All right. Interesting. I see how you've added your own points also, that being productive, meeting deadlines
Right.
at work and everything. And then you gave your evidence as well. Very good. Okay. Will you be able to remember these points? Because towards the end, I'm going to ask you to give entire presentation. Do you want to like quickly jot these down?
I will.
Yeah.
Right. So this was the body, very much
own-
very similar to the introduction part. Same format being followed. First, there was an activity, again, the unlock homes. So it was, since the activity was already done, it was not needed to be done again. But yes, it had to be revised once more and reminded once more, right? Second part was argument and evidence. So, she had to look into the argument and evidences in the video of R. Madhavan. And then finally, this one where he is trying to create his own presentation using different arguments and evidences. Some of the arguments and evidences are already given. You can also say claims and warrants instead of saying arguments and evidences. So the claim is already given. The claim is improved productivity and reduced isolation and burnout. So the claims and the warrants are already given. Now, if the learner wants to add something more to it, they can obviously, they are most welcome to do that, right? Like in the first video also in the introduction, you must ask the learner, if you want, you can add your own hook statement also, right? So again, the same way of conducting the activity. So first there will be an activity, then the video, and finally the presentation. Now, what are the teachers enabling actions here in this video? Let's discuss on the chat. So remember, first introduce the two parts of the body, argument and evidence. Second, that is followed by a quick recap of unlock homes activity, which we did already. Third, you show R. Madhavan's video and you ask the learner to identify argument and evidence over there. And lastly, you go back to the topic of presentation for creating its body. Now, again, the same model of explanation is there. Explore and then apply the same. Okay, great. So what were your observations here? What happened, teachers? Let's share your observations as well. What did you observe? The learner was getting a hang of the session very well. Okay, how? How did the teacher make sure that the learner was getting and he's understanding each and every part of it. What efforts do you as a teacher have to make in this activity so as to make the learner engaged and involved in the session and also understand? So first thing, she made an explicit connection between the first activity, that was the Unlock Homes activity, right? And then she asked Prayas to articulate the reason for the evidences, no, the reasons for the evidence statement for the argument, isn't it? And when he added his own argument while working on his presentation, she immediately called that out and appreciated. So that is one more observation which I felt was there. What are the arguments and proofs that you see in that video? Yes, keeps the learner engaged by insisting to read it out loud, recall previous things, very good. Asking the student to explain every point, yes, very good. The learner was getting, okay, so I've already read that. The learner very easily created two parts of the presentation using the explain steps, very good, perfect. The teacher connected the curriculum to his understanding. Perfect. Okay, teachers, give me a second, please. Yes, you can say that the learner was encouraged to take time and read and understand the task. Absolutely. Teacher asked the question to know the student's view as well. Very good. Perfect. So now comes the conclusion, and that is the last part.
And according to a study or a survey,
Can we move ahead?
yes.
Okay, great. So yes, so we have built our body as well now. It's well built. Yeah, let's move forward. So yes, so we have to remember that, any time that we want to convince someone and while we are writing a body, we have to give an argument and a supporting evidence. Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, now comes the last part, which is, what is the third part, Priyas?
The conclusion.
The conclusion, correct. And can you see the two parts of conclusion also here?
Yeah. Summary and plea.
Summary and plea, correct. Now let's play one last activity before we
Okay.
go to our final presentation, we'll be also watching our Madhavan speech again. But before that, one small activity for you, okay? So
Okay.
for that summary, what is it? It's about condensing the main points from a text to a shorter form, being more brief, right? And a plea is what is a plea, Priyas? Can you read that, please?
It's a formal request or appeal that is made to someone.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now this game is called Coin Size. What do you think this is coming from? Which word are we trying to say here? Is it really
Concise.
concise? Absolutely right. So you will be given a paragraph on positive thinking, and
Okay.
you can take a minute and you have to summarize the paragraph in your own words. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So this is the paragraph here.
Okay. Do I need to read this aloud or can I read it in the mind?
It's okay. You can, whatever works for you best. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. So how would you want to summarize this? Please go ahead.
So the paragraph talks about, sorry, I'll just go to the summary.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So when we focus on the positive things in our life, we take a positive outlook.
Okay.
It aids our, it has mental health benefit. It has reduced stress, improves immune system, and life satisfaction. And this has been proven time after time. So that isn't.
Okay. Okay. Nice attempt. Nice attempt, Riyaz. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, would you want to see how we have also tried to summarize it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this was the first one. Do you think this is a good one?
I guess too long.
Too long, lengthy, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the second one. Very similar to, I think, what you also mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you the third one. What about this one?
Very concise, very short. Yeah.
Very concise, short, right? So we
Mhm.
just clubbed all the benefits of positive thinking, and we are saying that positive thinking has numerous benefits, including
Right.
increased chances of success and improved physical and mental health. Right. So rather than
Right.
mentioning about all the points, because all the points have been discussed, so we just
Mhm.
summarized it in few lines. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you see where you could have also improved in your summarization?
I have. Yes.
All right. Okay. So now again, we go back to the speech, and I would want you to identify the summary in his speech. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
A second. Allow me a second, please. Just
Yeah.
all right. Are we ready to watch the video?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I dream of a 2030 where students the world over will dream of a blue card, will dream of having once actually come to India and study and imbibe the knowledge that we have as a nation. It used to be true. We were the first university in the world. Nalanda was a university where people came in from far and wide. So it's not a pipe dream. It's a practical dream that I have, and I think that's easily attainable. And finally, before I wind up, I think I dream of a 2030 where we have a meritocratic electoral base which selects its leaders and whose leaders believe that it is more important to serve with a missionary zeal.
All right. I think that would be it. Okay. And yes, so I would want you to now tell me what part of it was the summary. Okay. Okay. So what was it?
So I guess he talks of like he summarizes in a way where he emphasizes on the rural India part. He talks about how rural India should be also as developed and as aspiring as the rest of the world or rest of the country.
Perfect. And was there any plea that he was making?
No, I don't think so. He didn't plea anything.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Again, very good observation skills, Prayas. So this part, which is written on the left-hand side, is the summary, where he talks about, as you rightly identified. So I dream of a 2030 where rural India is as developed as the rest of the world, is as aspirational as the rest of the India, and so on. Yeah. So he's
Got it.
summarizing his dream in a really articulate, simpler manner.
Right.
Yeah. And yes, you were right. There was no plea made. So not every presentation may have a plea. But yes, when we are trying to convince someone on a topic, then we need to make a plea towards the end, right? Like a request.
Right.
So yes. And now comes your own presentation, the accurate observation, as I already mentioned. So going back to your topic, Prayas, about companies should go back to work from office. What would you want your summary and plea to be? And you can use these sentences to frame your complete summary and plea. Yeah.
Okay.
You can take a minute or so, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to point out that work from office leads to increased productivity, better physical and mental health,
Okay.
and a healthy lifestyle. I would hence request all companies to make some amendments in their policy and switch to a work from office role, which has been the case for so many times.
Amazing. Amazing. Great. Thank you so much, Priyas. I hope you remember your words again, especially for summary you made.
Right. So this was the conclusion part. I'm so sorry. Yes. So again, the same, the pro forma was almost the same. Similarly, the first part was where she introduced the parts of the conclusion, which is summary and the plea. Again, followed by the activity coin size, isn't it? She showed a word coin size to understand what exactly is summary. And next, again, R. Madhavan's video to understand what is the summary and the plea, identify rather. And lastly, again, creating the conclusion for the topic chosen, isn't it? Now here, teacher again was very consistent throughout. Body language, voice modulation, again, same thing. Moreover, here she was against, doing the same thing as she did earlier in the body and the introduction as well. She was constantly challenging Prayas to identify a good summary. Sorry. Yes. So she was constantly challenging Prayas to identify a good summary in the activity by asking constant questions, right? She also appreciated his observation skills when he called out the instances from the video. And I think the last part was where she summarized all the 3 steps of the presentation briefly for the learner, right? So these are some of the points or observations that I had from the video. And this is what we as we as trainers also we have to do. Especially we have to make sure that the learner should not be spoon-fed. We are not going to feed every information now and then. Let the learner understand, make his own decisions, find out, brainstorm, identify the different parts. I'm so sorry. My laptop is moving. Yes, identify the different parts of the body, the conclusion, as well as the introduction. And then you give out the answers. Okay, so don't give out the answers first. Let him think and then you can handhold. The teacher must learn where to break the video for various parts to be explained. That with time you will come to know. No worries. And we are also trying to, keep the video embedded on the PPT as well. We are trying for that. Okay. As of now, it's 1 minute. I'll just check. It's a PPT, I believe. Yes, it's a PPT. So there you do not find the videos playing directly from the slide as I am doing. I am playing the videos directly from the slide because it is a Canva slide. Right. We are trying for that as well. Let's see. I think we will be able to do that very soon. And yes, so that was the conclusion of the speech or the presentation. Now the final showcase. Now final showcase is very similar to what we had in the senior demo as well, right? So let's start.
I would hence request all companies to make some amendments in their policy.
We have already
We
done.
started by saying that we have 3 parts, and each part
Right.
has also sub-parts. So having an introduction with a very interesting hook that can grab someone's attention, and a thesis, then a body with good argument and supporting evidence, and finally a conclusion that will summarize your points so that everyone can understand the gist of it, and then also making a request, a plea. Yeah?
Yeah.
So are you ready to give your presentation, combine all the pieces of your presentation and be also able to deliver it now?
Sure, yes.
Yes, okay, I love the energy. So final showdown now, Prayas. Remember, we have spoken about using our hands, our face, eyes, and voice, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to remember that. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So here are these slides that may help you as well. So you can refer. Do you remember which hook you chose?
I remember holding my head.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Okay. All the best, Prayas. All the very best.
Yeah, thank
Do
you.
you need a minute to be ready?
Yeah, I'll just take like 5-10 seconds to just go through it all.
Sure, sure.
Good. Let's.
All right. Okay, I'm very excited. So yes, so imagine you're convincing me to allow work from office. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, all the best.
Thank you. I remember holding my head and looking at the screen with so many irritated eyes. And I said to myself, I was done. I decided to start working from office now. Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to present my view on the topic why companies should go back to work from office. Work from office helps a lot when it makes us our lifestyle better. It improves our physical and mental health, and also increases productivity. This has been researched well, and also according to a study taken by HR reps, it was found out that 60% of the employees found that their productivity was much more increased while working from office. At the finally, I would like to point out that work from office leads to increased productivity, better physical and mental health, and improved lifestyle. and I would hence request all the companies to make small amendments to their policy and switch to a completely work from office as it was the case 2 or 3 years back.
Amazing.
Yes, so this was the final showcase. And here you have to guide the learner all throughout. Give me a second, teachers. Yeah, sorry for the disruption. Yes. So this was the final showcase. Again, the same thing. You have to instruct the learner to give the final speech or the presentation, and you have to instruct it in the same way. Again, instruction for the activity where the learner will combine all the three parts of the presentation. He has to showcase the presentation and then the feedback on presentation. Now, here in the feedback part, let me tell you one thing. The feedback should be first asked from the learner. What do you think? What went well for you? What was not so good? So what do you think you need, or you also need to improve? Because this is an adult learner. Sorry for the shakiness of my laptop. I don't know why this is. Yeah. So first we need to ask the learner also that what exactly do you think that you need to improve in yourself? And always make sure for an adult learner, instead of giving the feedback first yourself, you ask the feedback first from him or her, right? Okay, great. So, yeah. So I was saying something, yes. So I was saying that feedback, that should be the third thing. And of course, at the end, the same thing, 3 key takeaways by the learner. One second. Right? Okay. So again, body language, usage of gestures to explain the activity, giving instructions. She nodded, gave thumbs up, smiled continuously to encourage the student, clapped towards the end for prayers, and voice had excitement also. She also used comforting voice while speaking about the improvement areas when she was talking about the feedback. And 3 key takeaways at the end should be a norm. Do not forget to ask that. Okay, great. So let's move on. This is the final showcase. We have already completed this. And okay, one second. So learner has already presented on the topic.
Work from office leads to
The
increased
last part, I
productivity,
think the feedback
better
part
physical and
cannot
mental.
be. I'll just show you.
Sure, of course, I'll
Or
love it.
maybe, why don't you share? What do you think you did really well in your presentation?
I could have worked better on the fluency part, I guess.
Okay.
I broke down in bits and pieces. I did well on the hook statement. The hook statement was really good. I was able to remember the entire study part that was there.
Yeah.
So that is something that I think I did well.
I agree. I think you identified a really good hook, and I think you were also able to, say the argument and add on your points and give a very good evidence and then summarize it pretty well. So I really liked how you were able to put in your content. That shows your critical thinking skills as well. I think in terms of delivering, I felt like I do agree with your observation, and again, I think you're very self-aware also that you could have been definitely more fluent. And I saw you started using your hand gesture, like I was holding my head. That was really nice. But I felt like while you were sharing more, it's sort of like like you
Flew
didn't
away.
continue to use it.
Right.
So I think in general, whenever we are giving presentation, it always helps to use some gestures, give more expression. So that is something that we can work on. Yeah.
Right. So this was the feedback part, right? Make your feedback concise, but evidence-based, specific, and respectful, of course. Very important. We have already learned the art of giving feedback. And lastly, the 3 key takeaways.
Amazing argument. You were sharing more. You there? Yeah. Okay. So I would want you to quickly, share with me what are the 3 key takeaways that you had from this session. And yeah, over to you.
So one of the key takeaway, I guess, was the expression part, using of hand gestures and stuff,
Mhm.
so that presentation is much more alive in the conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
Secondly, the fact that how to structure the entire presentation.
Mhm.
It has a hook, and then there is a thesis, then there is argument, and all that stuff was really good.
Right.
And I guess then again clubbing all together to give out a final. And the games part, I really liked how you
Right. So this would do, I think. These are the 3 key takeaways for the teacher to ask the learner. This is the last part. Okay. So I believe this was all very clear. 5 parts. So this is the end of the PPT also. 5 parts. Remember, again, context setting, introduction to the PS skills, which has an icebreaker activity. Third is your the third one is your unlock homes, and fourth one, creating your presentation, where you discuss about introduction, body, and conclusion, and final showcase, where the learner will present the whole topic together. Okay. Thank you so much. Now there is a query session where one of our team members will be addressing all the queries. You can exit and again join back. Okay. Thank you so much, teachers. Bye-bye. Take care.